You got your face to face with him in Mobile, Senior Bowl. Had he seen the videos? Like, what did he think of them? Did you make a D's nuts joke? Like, what was the whole interaction?
Well, so his daughter Kristen has been really, really great to me, and we've been able to form a friendship over the years now. And she saw that I posted the promo for that event at the Senior Bowl, and it had me and Herbie and Harson and Saban all on it. And so she messaged me. She was like, "Oh my God, you finally going to get to meet?" And I was like, I hope, I would think. And she was like, "Oh, that's so great. Like, I show him and my mom your videos all the time. Like, he thinks they're funny, blah, blah, blah." And I was like, "Oh God." I was like, "Well, that's good at least that you said that." I was like, "Well, just know, reassure him if need be that it's not in mean spirits or out of bad nature. Like, it's all respect and out of fun." And she's like, "Oh no, totally. Like, they get it. Like, they think it's funny." I'm like, "Wow, okay, that's great." So I'm having really high hopes going into this event. I'm thinking this will be fine. Maybe I'll even go out on stage with him. Like, we'll have a great time. So then come to find out that somehow through his scheduling, like, he had been double booked for that night. So he was already coming from an event to the Senior Bowl event, and he was pissed.
Oh
Right?
boy.
He was not happy. Okay. So then on top of that, James Franklin, Sark, and Herbie are out. So I open the show. I do my thing. I do my thing with Dan Campbell and Robert Saleh from the Jets and the Lions. And then Herbie comes out with James Franklin and Brian Harson. Not Brian Harson, excuse me, Sark. And we both know that James Franklin can talk.
Oh
Right?
yeah.
James Franklin is a talker. He can talk. Great guy. Was great to me when I met him, but he can talk. So they were scheduled to come off stage, I think, at 6:45. It's now 7:05. They're still on stage,
Oh
and
God.
Saban's backstage, and he's pissed. And he's just pacing. I mean, like what you see on the sideline, head down. He's got his crimson blazer on, but just head down, pacing back and forth. And I'm 10 feet away from him, but I'm like, this is a ticking time bomb. This is a no-go. So finally, they get off stage. Saban and Harson come out. I haven't gotten to say anything to him yet. They do their shtick. They do their thing with Herbie. And I'm like, I'm waiting off to the side of the stage. I'm like, I'm doing it. I don't know how it's going to go, but like, I'm at least going to go introduce myself. If he hopefully, rings a bell, he'll see my face. He'll hear my name. It'll click. Fingers crossed. So they wrap up. They come off stage. I'm standing right there. Coach Saban walks off. He's got his head down, of course, because he's this is God territory for him. Alabama, right? Like, we're in Mobile, Alabama. I mean, people are just trying to come at him in all sorts of ways. But I'm backstage. I'm right there. He comes up. I'm like, Coach Saban, hey, Joey Mulinaro, great to meet you. Doesn't even look at me.
Oh no.
Doesn't even look at me. Reaches out, shakes my hand. He just goes, "Yeah, well, and turns and walks away." And I was like, "Oh, dang. Like, that was not great, not how I wanted it to go. But you know what? At the same time, I wouldn't have expected anything else from him."
Kind of perfect.
So in a way, it was like perfectly Saban. It was like the perfect meeting because all the bits and the character, like the mannerisms and the bits and the sketches that I do involving Saban, I always say that it's like I always have to put myself in the mindset of he just got told that he has to pay like $200 on a very minuscule thing on his car, and it's going to take like an extra 45 minutes. And so you're just grumpy, you're just pissed, and that's exactly what he was. So in a way, it was perfect, but at the same time, I did want to at least get a picture, maybe a snide comment from him about my impression. I don't know, but didn't happen. Hopefully it'll happen someday.